Your thoughts regarding this place?
I'm gonna miss its beauty.
Beauty of the farm? Yep. And the island? Liked it? What are you, buddy? You like it here? Is it a nice farm? Do you remember our last farm?
No.
Not really? This is pretty kind of the first place you remember?
It's like one.
Yeah. So this is your only home, really, that you've ever had, eh? Yeah. You gonna miss it? Are you excited for something else, though?
Yeah. I'd be not excited if there's no land to live in. Definitely not excited.
No. You want some land, eh? Yeah.
Not just water you have to drown.
No, that wouldn't be good. You, Jerry?
I'm gonna miss this place.
You will miss this place? I think we all will. What are you gonna miss most about it?
It's a nice place. It's probably like one of the nicest places we ever had.
I would agree with that. Well, we make them all pretty nice. Would you agree God's blessed us everywhere we've been? Yeah? Yeah, me too. What are you going to miss the most?
Well, I don't know if I have something that I'm gonna miss the most, but I'll miss this creek.
Creek?
And I don't know, I'll miss this property. I like it.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
And we have nice neighbors, and I'll probably miss that too.
Yeah, I can see that. I think this place we've had the best neighbors yet. Hey? And you? You don't know? Did you like living here?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you like living here?
Just like the maple bush and the
Maple bush and the creek, yeah. The fish?
creek. Don't like fish.
You don't like the fish? Nope. Lots of places to go exploring. This will by far be the hardest move that we've ever made. Not just because of the property that we fell in love with, but also the people, the climate, the area, the economy. Yeah, there's so many pluses here. So we feel that as a big test because we really, really believe that God brought us to this place and gave it to us. And now we're giving it up. Which kind of seems, we really struggled with this for a long time because it's everything we ever wanted, and then we got it, and it kind of seems ungrateful to give it up. But, I don't know, we wrestled with it, we prayed about it, we thought about it, and we just feel that sometimes you need to do that. He's given us everything, and now are we willing to give it all up for Him? Do we know where we're going? You have any idea where we're going to end up?
Yeah.
At some point we'll put these videos up. We haven't done any of this yet, so at the time of filming here we have not told anyone on YouTube that we are selling our farm, but it is officially sold. Most of these cows are sold too, or about half, I guess. Half of these cows are sold. The other half I'm hoping to sell soon. It's a tough one. It's a hard one. It's a really hard one. We love living here. It's a beautiful place, beautiful home. A lot of heart went into this place, sweat, blood. It's been good. But long term, we believe this is for what is best for our family. God will bless us with another property that is going to be similar to this, and it's going to give us the opportunities that we had here, where we can actually give each child the opportunity to farm. They might not want to. They might change their mind. They may decide they want to, I don't know, do something different, and that's fine, but at least giving them that opportunity. We feel this is the best lifestyle you can provide, and the best lifestyle we've been able to provide for our family. And you know, that's what we're doing it for. If they decide they want to do something else, then that's fine, but at least we gave them that opportunity. Otherwise, I don't think they'd get it. It's so hard to get into farming, and we've been richly blessed, and we've put a lot of hard work, and that hard work has been rewarded to the point where we have what we have. But to start from scratch and do this is hard. It's tough. And if we can give our children that edge, we will. So, with that in mind, we are sold, and we are on a property search very soon. Hey, good morning, everybody. We haven't filmed much. We've been traveling around a little bit in the motorhome, visiting some folks and saying goodbye. Actually, in our hometown here, there'll probably be some video of that town where I grew up. Sort of. I went to school here, and just amazing how much it's grown, and disgusted by just what we see. And this is one of the main reasons why we want to leave this country. And we probably won't air this until after we leave, but just the homosexual flags everywhere. They have these the gay pride flags are hung as big giant banners all up and down the roads. They're in every store. A lot of the storefronts have little flags hanging there too. That's the direction that we're all headed in here, and become more and more desensitized to it. So where we live, we don't see that. Not a lot anyway. You know, there's little minor displays, but down here it is openly celebrated and worshipped almost, is our viewpoint driving down here. Now maybe the people that live here don't see that, I don't know, but we do. Coming here, it's just wow, it's in your face everywhere. And that's one of the reasons why we want to leave. And then of course the types of people you see here anyway, you can tell they definitely have very liberal values compared to what we would hold as a godly standard. So anyway, just thought I'd share that. Just got back in the motorhome from doing some shopping and thought I'd put that out there. Well, the end has finally come. And once again, even though we're happy for new adventures, excited even, there's a lot of sadness. Of all the places, we've done this multiple times. We moved quite a bit and we flipped a few homes, put our heart into a lot of places, but this is definitely the hardest one, because this is kind of a plan. This house plan was something we had thought up and planned on for a long time. This is the most ideal, perfect property. And I know that doesn't make sense to a lot of people we've talked to. They're like, well, if this is everything, then why are you leaving? And I can't fully answer that. I just feel like, or we feel like, there's something else we got to do. And to hang on to this would be selfish. And as we look at moving out of Canada, that day is approaching very soon for us. I don't know how long till we'll be back. We are very seriously looking at moving outside of Canada, at least for the foreseeable future. See if we can find a better life, better spiritual life for our children, and also better farming opportunities. They don't seem to exist like they did once upon a time. Neither one of them. The future looks quite bleak as far as Christianity is concerned. True Christianity, conservative Christianity. If you're willing to water it down with a lot of the ideas of the world, then it's not an issue. But for people who really want to hold on to biblical truths, I think it looks very, very gray in the future. And then as far as farming is concerned too, I've talked to so many farmers across Canada and the States and other people as well, and it don't look bright. There's just not enough money in the game anymore. Costs are too high. So we are on a search for something else. And that's going to take us overseas. We're going to unravel more of those plans as we go. But let you know, I mean, we do have some ideas, but there's also things that we're not sure of yet. We're still working on and exploring and talking to different people and getting different options. So if I think over the last 35 years, a lot has changed. Obviously, I came as a little kid. But I wasn't farming back then, and I wasn't concerned about my religious freedoms, but we had them. Things were different, and a lot has changed, especially in the last 5 years. And if I look for it with a view to the future, you read some of the articles. I probably read too much, maybe. Some people don't at all. But if you really look into what's being planned by the people that run the world, I guess, it doesn't look that great for Christianity in the Western world. So where does that take us? Time will tell. I do believe, 100% believe, there are places in the world that are better still today. I also don't believe we are quite at the end yet. A lot of people say, well, hey, if we're at the end, it's going to be bad for Christians everywhere in the world. And I also believe that. I agree with that. And the tribulation will come to God's people. We will go through the fire, if you will. But I don't believe we're there yet. We're getting there. We're getting closer every day. But I don't see that in the next 5-10 years yet. And historically, God has always provided a safe place for his children somewhere in the world. And I believe that place exists. Now, I cannot say with certainty where that place is, because obviously I don't live anywhere other than here, but there's stirrings and there's rumors and there's, you hear things. So we're heading in a direction that many people may not agree with, but we feel is best for our family. And we might change our mind. That's why I'm not saying too much yet, because we might change our mind. I honestly don't know 100% yet. But I don't feel it's in this country anymore, and it's sad. It's truly too bad. Canada and the States, both countries were founded on Christian principles. They were the countries that people fled to escape religious persecution and to receive freedom, to finally be able to own land and prosper and farm and raise their children free from fear of government or tyranny. These countries were beautiful, amazing, and home of freedom for I don't know, over 200 years. And sadly, that is coming to an end. Has it ended? No. Do we still have a lot of freedoms? Yes, absolutely. Do we still have it better than a lot of people in the world? Absolutely, we do. But I look at the direction we're going. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the here and now. To me, that's too narrow-minded. I'm looking towards the future. I'm looking for my children. The greatest thing for my wife and I to do would just be stay right where we are. We had a beautiful farm. We had everything going well for us. You know, we're making money. We have everything we need. But that's selfish. That's very narrow. I'm looking to the future. What are the options for my children? What does their future hold? And then it becomes kind of unclear. I don't see that same future for them that we had. And that's what we're after. So you can say it's selfless, I guess. That's what we're aiming for anyway, to put ourselves last and say, okay, what's best for their generation? Where can they be fruitful and prosper, both as Christians and as farming individuals, both as families and as individuals? What are the best options? And that's what we're looking for.
I don't think this video is going to air for a while, I don't imagine, but I am getting super excited about taking off across the ocean to Georgia and then on to Russia. I don't know when you're going to see this. It is September 9th today, and yeah, we just did some shopping there, getting some winter coats and things that we're going to need, as it has just as cold a climate as what we're used to in Canada. Yeah, I'm just excited about the future. So just thought I'd let you know, September 9th, we do know where we're planning on going. Will we stay there? Don't know yet. I guess we'll find it when we get there. If everything that I've heard about the country checks out, then yes, we will indeed be staying there. And there's loads of opportunity. It's a Christian nation that is wanting conservative Christians to come, a Christian nation that understands the difficulties that Christians are facing in Europe, in Australia, in New Zealand, in the States, in Canada. They see it, they hear it, they know it, they've been told about it, and they're making policy changes to welcome us all in and to allow us all in. And on top of that, they want farmers desperately. They want their farmland to start producing more. And so they really, with open arms, are welcoming Western Christian farmers. So if that's you and you're interested in it as well, follow our journey. Come check it out. I know others who have been there for quite a length of time visiting and really have seen it with their own eyes and are still saying the same things, that this is indeed true and this is something that they indeed want. Our Western media is doing its best to paint Russia in a bad light, and from everybody that I know that's over there, that is not a true light. It is propaganda designed to make us not see that as an option. For years I've been following it, and it is a good country. It's a country that's headed in the right direction, a much better direction than our countries, and it's prospering, it's financially doing well. Their farmers have opportunity, and most importantly, the Christians have freedoms in that country. So anyway, just getting excited, thinking about it more and more. We're getting closer and closer to that day when we can finally board the plane and head over there. It's been ongoing for us for a long time. We've known this. We've been working on getting our paperwork in order, getting everything that we need to apply for our visas and eventually for immigration. Working with lawyers over there, working with farmers over there, working just with ordinary people over there to get everything figured out that we need to know in order to be there. So all of that work is finally coming together. We've sold everything we own here other than what's in this motorhome basically, and we're preparing for that day. So other than taking some suitcases along with some personal things and some clothes, we really have nothing left, I guess. And to finally be able to have a new home again, start again, have some land. Initially we probably won't have very much, but we'll get some farmland going and get equipment again, get some animals, and be able to begin a new life there. While we're on the rants today, this pot is driving me nuts. These people smoking marijuana all over the place. In the States, a lot of the states it's legal too. Here in Canada, it's legal coast to coast. Absolutely disgusting. We just rolled in here to Tim Hortons parking lot here, gonna grab myself an ice cap, and I see these kids pulling out of the parking lot, smoking their drugs in the car, pulling onto the highway. So they're sharing the highway with us. They're impaired because they're on drugs, and we're forced into smelling this garbage. Once again, just a clear sign of the country just going down the tubes. Why on earth would we legalize drugs in the first place? I just don't. This country is void of common sense. I don't know when this. Oh man, look at the backdrop here. Get all our groceries here. I don't know when this will air, but been working for a long time with Timur. He was a immigration lawyer based in Moscow. We've been talking back and forth for over a year, I would say, probably a year and a half. Just talking to him now, we're saying, hey, we're in Georgia here. We really want to get to Russia. We have not announced that on the channel yet, so that's why I don't know when this will air. But that is our plan. We have never planned to go to Georgia full time. This is a transitionary step to get us into Russia. And you know, while we are here, we obviously are on holidays a little bit and checking things out and seeing what the culture is like. And so we're enjoying that part. But our goal is to farm. We want to farm. We're getting restless, so we want to get our feet in the ground and get our hands dirty, own a piece of land again, own some tractors, cows, equipment, you know, get started on our life where we want to be. And we made up our minds on that, 6 months at least, no, more than that. Almost a year ago, I would say. We've made up our minds that that is the best place to go. So anyway, back to the story. He just called me now, and it's kind of exciting. I don't understand all the different levels of government, but he did say that there's people in the presidential administration working on our file and trying to help us get in there sooner. I do know that they already are aware of us. They have allowed us to have immigration quota anywhere in the Russian Federation, wherever we choose to live. They will make sure that there is quota available for us. So that was already a really hard thing to get. There's not very much quota allocated to the different regions. There's only so much allocated, period, and most of that goes to Moscow region. So the other regions get a very small amount, and of course there's a lot of applicants, but we have been guaranteed that wherever we choose to go, we will be given quota. So that was exciting. But now we've heard that we're trying to fast track a visa here. Canada's taking forever to get our paperwork done. I'm not sure why that is. And typically, in order to go to Russia, you would have to apply at the Russian consulate or Russian embassy in your home country. Us being in Georgia here, we were hoping we could apply from here, and Timor has been working hard behind the scenes trying to get that done. So we just got told now that there is people from the presidential administration working on that, as well as other parliament members of the Russian government. And it looks like maybe this is going to materialize within the next week or 2-3 weeks at the most, but possibly we'll get a very good answer here this coming week, which would then mean we can fast track things. We can get our visa in order, and we can get into the Russian Federation. We can begin looking for houses. We can get a business opened up, a bank accounts opened up. We can meet the people. Another thing I've never discussed, that we have a bit of a mentor program worked on, where the area that we have chosen to move to, there is a farmer there that is desiring to help us integrate better. The difficulties that we're going to have as far as language and well, see, language isn't so bad. I've learned that here in Georgia as well. I can go to the store and I can buy stuff. I can converse. I can understand enough to buy things and make my way around. But when it comes down to business, the inner workings of a business, or even a contract, stuff like that, where you really want to be careful you're signing the right thing and that you understand it fully, that's where the difficulties are going to arise. Finding markets for our stuff, working all those, just the little details, even land deals, lease deals, things like that. So this man milks 850 cows and is willing to take us under his wing, help us find land, help us find markets, help us find housing, vehicles, whatever hurdles we might cross, he would be helping us with that. When you move to a new country, even if you've farmed your whole life in your own country, when you move to a new country, it's always different. There's just different climate, different feed, different animals, and there's things that need to be navigated through. So the best thing you can do is to have a mentor. And the region, Nizhny Novgorod region, is the region we have chosen. They have already seen that, hey, this is something that needs to be done. In order for these people to be successful, they need somebody from here to help them out with that. And so yeah, I'm very much looking forward to working with Igor, that's the farmer's name, and seeing where our life progresses, so we can get going finally on our dream. It's pretty exciting stuff, so good news. Hey, brief update. I just got word, so we have a lawyer working behind the scenes on our Russian immigration process. Why? Somebody was eating some carrots. Pretty excited about it. Yeah. You stinker. Anyway, he's working hard behind the scenes on our immigration process, and he just literally got word today from the Russian government. So he's been talking to, I don't know who he's talking to, I guess, but somebody in the presidential administration was working on this, as well as somebody in the federal government over there is working on this. I'm not exactly sure what they're all working on, but basically, normally speaking, you have to apply for a visa in your country of origin, and you can't do that in another country. And so we've been requesting to be able to do that here in Georgia, rather than having to fly all the way back to Canada. It costs a lot to fly, obviously. Canada's dragging its feet on our paperwork, and we really want to get going. So it looks like they're going to allow us to do it here. Well, they are. The paperwork says that they will. So they've made an exception for us that we can, in fact, do it here. It's a matter of figuring out what visa to apply for now, and we still don't exactly know how long it's going to take. And I believe they're also going to let us do it without all of the paperwork being ready. Because for whatever reason it's taking a long time to come from Canada. So that is the update there. More updates there. Just talked again, we need to do Russia's got a system where you have to be registered wherever you live. It's not that different, I guess. Like we have, not for a holiday I suppose, but otherwise in Canada and States you're registered as well because you have a driver's license. So in order to renew your license you have to have a permanent address. In order to open a bank account, you have to have a permanent address. Even for your taxes, you have to have a permanent address. So the government does have you registered somewhere. In Russia, it's different though. So within 7 days of arriving in Russia, you have to be registered somewhere. The problem is that to get the visa, you also kind of have to be registered somewhere. And so that's normal, or that's easy. You just book a hotel. The hotels will register for you so that the government has your registration and knows where you are. And in some ways, I appreciate that because we have a lot of illegal immigration in our countries where people come and then disappear. And here you have to be registered, so they're going to know pretty quick where you are and if you do disappear. So it's a good thing in a roundabout way, but it's also a bit of a pain. And for us coming with 8 children, so there's 10 of us coming, I can't find a hotel room that'll take us all. So it looks like right now I have to book 3 separate rooms, and then that might possibly work. Which isn't exactly ideal, of course. Also, the rooms all need adults, typically anyway, and I'm coming with 2 adults only and 8 children. So how's that going to work, right? To get around it, you can rent a house. Now, the homeowner would then have to register you, which they typically don't, and that's a pain. That's why hotels are nice. Hotels will automatically register you. So I thought, okay, well, we could maybe just call the hotel, but then I have to somehow explain that, listen, I don't actually want to stay at your hotel. I just want to book a room so that you can register all of us in this room. Now, it's just a big pain. It's so much easier if they just handle it on the other side, and that's what I told the lawyer again. Like, if you guys could just handle that, I mean, call somebody. You're the one that makes the paperwork. You're the one that makes the rules. You should be able to figure a way for a large family to get around this, bureaucratic nonsense, I guess I would like to call it. It's such a pain. I know once we're done this, once we're through, it's totally going to be worth it. But what just frustrations, right? Doing that from over here, trying to figure that all out, sort it all out. Then, of course, there's the added thing. I don't even know how I could pay for a room here, because typically when you book a hotel in our country, you would hold it on a credit card. And with the sanctions that are in place, I don't believe that Visa and MasterCard will work in Russia. So I don't even know how I would book a room. I'm not sure. I haven't got that far yet. Maybe there is some allowances there, but as far as I know, Visa and MasterCard don't work anywhere in the Russian Federation. So anyway, just adding to it all, we're real close there now. We have to get these things finalized, then we can process the visa. The tourist visa will then allow us, the one we're applying for will allow us multiple entry over the course of a 6-month period, and should be sufficient for us to get our application started for temporary residency, if it all works out. But it's just a lot of hurdles and a lot of jumping, just kind of a pain and a bit stressful on this side. As a father, as a parent, you're responsible for all these people. You're bringing them across to another country. It was stressful enough coming to Georgia, and it was really simple here because there's no visa requirements, and we just hired somebody to pick us up from the airport and bring us to an apartment. Also, they worked with like places like Airbnb work in Georgia. They don't anymore in Russia. Some of the other apps as well. So it's easier to find a place to stay when everybody's connected, and Russia no longer has that options. Airbnb pulled out due to sanctions. So anyway, just some of the frustrations. This will all get aired at some point. I'm not sure when yet.
Okay, we're working on two things at once. We're still dealing with Finley stuff. So that's obviously, you're going to see that long before you see this. At the same time, we're still dealing with trying to get things figured out for Russia. So as I've said before, it's a royal pain. Us, along with a lot of other Westerners that have already made it, are really hoping to change it and make it simpler for people like you that may want to come, because it is just, it's really annoying. So you need an invitation. We have invitations to come. You need proof of a place that you're going to stay, which we have that. They've booked us a hotel, so we have proof of lodging there. We have to take both of those to the embassy in order to apply for a visa, which will then allow us a temporary stay, like a tourist visa or a student visa or a work visa, something. We're applying for a tourist visa to stay. You also are supposed to bring proof of flight, both flight in and flight out, so that they know that you're leaving. So in our case, we're not leaving, we're staying, because we'll be applying for temporary residency as soon as we show up. But we can't let the embassy here know that, because then that could mess things up. So it's really, it's kind of annoying. You're going to book something that you're not going to use, assuming you can cancel it again. So in our case, we're pretty sure we can just get the one-way tickets. What's helping is that the governing authorities in Nizhny Novgorod are aware of our coming. They are the ones that have arranged for us to have immigration quota upon arrival, which is one of the hard steps to get. So they are pushing, as well as some members of the federal government that know of our families coming, are pushing to get things done. And so that it sounds like they've already talked to the embassy here in Georgia and told them that it is important that they process our visas and get it all done. But it's still all these different steps and hoops that you got to jump through. I've been told I also have to have proof of finance, so I need like bank statements or something. I'll have to show that for every member of the family. I have that information from another guy who went to Russia, on a tourist visa. So that needs to be, we have to have that arranged. There's an application form I need to print off. I have to have that with me and bring that along. Photos, which I think they can do at the embassy if I understand correctly. Just a lot of different hurdles. So we're getting things together. Hopefully, you know, well, by the time you see this, obviously it'll be long past, but at this point I don't know yet what's exactly wrong with Finley. So hopefully there's nothing serious. We can get this solved, and it's something simple. That's what we're praying for. Okay, another day. Good morning, everybody. Aaron here, Countryside Acres. I don't say who I am very often, I guess, because I figure y'all know who we are by now, but there are some new people here. So we are in Georgia, in Tbilisi, Georgia. We sold everything back home in Canada and hit the road back in June and traveled extensively through a good chunk of the states. We have now moved on to Georgia, the country of Georgia, Republic of Georgia, and we've been here for about a month, and we're in the process of trying to get our visas to get into Russia. So I just got the call from the embassy here in Georgia that we have an appointment. We could get in today if we were ready. We are not quite ready yet. So tomorrow morning, instead, between 9 and 11, we have to be at the embassy. So we have to have quite a few things ready, quite a stack of stuff figured out, including our invitations. You need invitations in order to get a visa. So from a travel agency or from a potential employer or whatever. Travel vouchers, you need proof that you have enough income to, survive the duration of your trip. We need to have proof of travel insurance, and a completed application form that you can get online. So we've got all that stuff together. We also need to get photos done. So we're going to head off now. I found out a place about 20 minutes from here where we can get visa photos done. We're going to take the family over there today, get that done, and then I think our files will be complete. This is the stack for the family. Like I said, there's quite a few things to do, but we're pretty excited about that. It's moving along very, very quickly. We know people who it has taken a much longer time, so we credit the lawyer that we're working with for that. It's really sped it up greatly. He's got connections, and that's been absolutely crucial for us. They're not our passport photos, our visa photos today, and then the appointment tomorrow. I don't imagine I can film in there, but we'll film whatever we can, and then let you know the outcome. I think it can take 10 days to process those, and after that we will be hopefully able to head in. Obviously we're still trying to figure out some of the stuff with Finley. If you haven't seen that, he had a seizure there not too long ago. So hopefully we'll have more news, and if everything's well with him, we're free to travel, then we can be heading there sometime in the next couple of weeks. That was pretty easy getting the visa photos, pictures.
I got directions from another guy that used to live here, who is actually now in Russia. So we're back in Freedom Square here. We've been here before. I don't know. There's a statue right there. Right there. We've been in here. This is where we went underneath the ground, and there was that shopping center down underneath. So we're back here now again, just grabbing some lunch again. This is an absolutely beautiful area. I love this part of town. Very scenic here. All right, good morning, everybody. We are scrambling to get ready here on time to get to the visa place. So, a little bit conflicting. They have a Russian embassy here, but they also have a special interest section of the Russian Federation in the Swiss embassy. And then it also looks like there might be a third building. They're all kind of in the same area, so we're not actually sure which one we're going to. What I understood to be Church Avenue doesn't exist. Now, there's another one that looks, I forget how you say it now, but it's like CHAVCH and then some more letters, which I was like, maybe with an accent might sound like church. I don't know. We're pretty sure we're going to the right area, but we may have to knock on all 3 doors in order to find the actual place that we're looking for. Everybody's gathered up, ready to go here, and we got our paperwork ready, taxis ordered, but we better scoot out the door. Hey, I think we're in the right area, but I don't exactly know. Like I said, there's a couple of options. So we're down here. There's a beautiful picture on the wall. I love that. We're all here. I think it's in this place that we gotta go, but I'm not 100% sure. That's all in Russian anyway, so we're gonna go ask there first. And either that or the taxi guy thought it was either there or that round building over there. We will have to see, I guess. All right, I'm short 30 bucks. I need another 30 US dollars and I don't have enough. So we're wandering down the road now, Cora and I, trying to find a place to exchange. Just a matter of walking down the road here and finding a place that'll take it and exchange it for me. Other than that, awesome experience. It's great. We got there first and they're like, nah, you're at the wrong building. I was like, I think it's the right building. Like, no, we don't do visas here. Okay, shoot, so where do I go? Anyway, he pointed somewhere. I'm like, well, I'm not just gonna start wandering. So I got a hold of the guy. There's a guy that called me from that office yesterday. And I told him where I was. He says, yeah, you must be at the wrong building. It's kind of weird. It's like, there's a special interest section in the Embassy of Switzerland or something. And so I told him I was at the Embassy of Switzerland. He said, no, you're at the wrong building. But then when he sent me the address, it was that address. So I don't know, maybe it used to be a Swiss embassy. I have no idea. We were at the right place. And so somebody ended up coming out, asked if we were family feast. Yep, okay, come on in. So we got ushered on in and they did our stuff. Super friendly, super helpful, loads of common sense. Just a very smooth, nice process. Cora's application, I forgot to write the application ID down. So I did all 10 applications and then we didn't have a printer. So I printed them all out after. And Cora's, I forgot to write her application ID down. And so there was no way to find her application back. And he said, don't worry about it, we'll figure it out here. So I got here and they couldn't figure it out. So I had to go back outside. I filled the application in on my phone. I emailed it to somebody. They printed it off. There's a guy in this little, like a camp trailer, small camp trailer outside. So he printed it out for me. Cost me 15 lari, $7.50. And then then I headed back in, handed it that one, no problem. Now I have to pay for the applications. I also wasn't aware of that. Nobody told me that. Well, I obviously you have to pay, but I didn't know the amount. And so I had to go back out again, get some money, but I'm literally short. Like, it might even be less than 30 bucks. I think it's like $22 or something that I'm short. So just thought of one more thing I thought I'd add. I was reading online about how people were, one guy was saying about the embassy there to get your visa, that it's just a complete mess. People's pushing and shoving and screaming and yelling at each other, and it takes forever to get through. It's complete chaos. There's no order to it. And then even to get into the embassy, you basically need to know somebody, like a security guard, that will put you at the head of the line and let you in. And even then you have to wait a long time. And the people in there don't care if it's past lunchtime. They just tell you to get lost, more or less. Like, just complete lack of character and respect or anything decent and orderly there. We found the exact opposite. We rolled up there, the 2 security guys that met us are like, what do you need? And they didn't speak any English, unfortunately, so we're like, not sure what they're saying. There was a lady in line who understood. She came over right away, very helpful, doesn't work there.
trying to figure out what we needed. I said, well, we're supposed to apply for visas here. She said that to those guys. They're like, no, we don't do visas here. And we're like, are you sure? You know, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be here. And she said, no, we're not supposed to be here. You got to be another building. I think I explained that a little bit already. It turns out it was the right building. But then just super accommodating to let us right in. Eventually an English-speaking security guy showed up as well. I think he was a little higher up because he was kind of seemed like he was organizing things. And he could talk to us. They right away whisked us almost in front of the line. They knew we were coming. Like once we figured it out, they're like, "Are you family A Feaster?" Yep. Oh, they brought us right in, and they took our passports right away. Got all our stuff done. It was just super duper organized and exactly opposite of what that guy's review was saying. And there was a few others there. Now maybe that was in years past. I don't know. As of earlier this year, I think. Georgian citizens no longer need to apply for a visa. They can now travel visa-free to Russia. And so maybe that changed things. The lineups there for getting a visa or a passport are probably significantly lower than they were perhaps when this guy wrote his comment. I don't know. But we were just totally blown away, very impressed with the service and the speed that everything went through. Everybody was smiling too. That was another thing we noticed. We don't see a lot of smiles, and that's a comment people make about former Soviet countries. Most of the people don't smile. Well, here we found that the officials, the security, the lady that helped me behind the desk, the lady that took my money at the other desk, everybody was smiling and happy and jolly and just super duper friendly. So excellent, excellent service.
Are you playing? Yeah. This is better than his pretend bed that we made up. Yeah, he's playing it. Is that fun?
Hey, darling. We could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so